What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, hip-hop mogul, entertainer, legend, songwriter, movie maker, producer, 50 Cent, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. He weighed in on undefeated 3-division world champion, who at one point simultaneously held the WBA World Boxing Association super title at 130, the WBA regular title 135 and 140, all simultaneously at one time, that being superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis is 27 wins, no losses, no draw, 25 big wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. With that said, Gervonta Tank Davis is signed to retired Olympic silver medalist, 5-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, former pay-per-view king, the man known as Money, Floyd Mayweather Jr., retired 50-0, unblemished, need I say anymore. Known as Money, broke every pay-per-view record known to the sport of boxing and every gate and record known to the sport of boxing. And with that said, he signed the Mayweather Promotions, that being Gervonta Tank Davis. And I was sent this post that came from 50 Cent, and there was two separate posts. One I couldn't personally find on my own. They sent me two separate posts. One was immediate following Gervonta Tank Davis's fight with Mario Barrios. So this was some, 2 fights ago for Gervonta Tank Davis, in which 50 Cent in the post stated that who he has a close relationship or had a close relationship with Floyd Mayweather. They were very close friends. I won't say best of friends because I'm not in this circle, but on the outside they have very, very close relationship. And it went sour, right? It went left, and became a war of words on social media, going back and forth, and 50 Cent trolling Floyd Mayweather. He's one of the biggest trolls out there. And so 50 Cent, he stated that Floyd Mayweather is jealous. He has a jealous heart, is what 50 Cent stated. And Gervonta Tank Davis needs to get far, far, far away from Floyd Mayweather. Now, everybody's asking me to attest to this and give my thoughts on it. And it's ironic because just yesterday, Amir Khan made some statements that Floyd Mayweather, if you don't sign, if he can't announce and not in full control, then Floyd Mayweather wants no part to you, right? And so 50 Cent saying this, Gervonta Tank Davis obviously took to social media a few times and he went at Floyd Mayweather. Clearly their relationship has hit a rocky patch. And so, Gervonta Tank Davis stated that no matter how much money you have, you still can be jealous of somebody who has less than you, right? And it's ironic because a lot of people say the same things. Now, people are going to say, well, 50 Cent is jealous of him. Recently, 50 Cent stated that he's seen Floyd Mayweather out at the event, and they somewhat patched things up, which is great. But you don't get to be where Floyd Mayweather is if you don't have some quote-unquote character flaws, right? Every great has quote-unquote character flaws. You don't get to be where Floyd Mayweather is without some sort of character flaws. A great in every sport, Michael Jordan, character flaws, right? Many of his teammates, 80% of Michael Jordan's teammates said that they don't like to be his teammate. Michael Jordan is arguably the greatest basketball player in the history of sport of basketball. Many of his teammates, they don't like Michael Jordan, said he was the worst. Players that played against him said he was the worst. Character flaws. You had Michael Jordan and Charles Barkley were best of friends. And the minute Charles Barkley critiqued Michael Jordan's business as a promoter, immediately their friendship went down the drain. And according to Charles Barkley, he hasn't Charles Barkley is a colorful analyst on TNT, and he gives his basketball thoughts. And Charles Barkley was asked about Michael Jordan as a general manager and owner as the Charlotte Hornets. Once was the Charlotte Bobcats, and he said that he's not good. Well, Michael Jordan didn't like that, and then Michael Jordan hasn't spoken to him since. Many people didn't like to be the late, great, legendary, iconic, Hall of Fame superstar Kobe Bryant's teammate. They didn't like Kobe Bryant as a teammate. Said he, wasn't a nice guy, right? Character flaws. You look at NFL, Bill Belichick, arguably the greatest head coach in the history of the NFL. Well, character flaws. None of the players like to play for Bill Belichick, right? There's quarterbacks that players didn't like to play for quarterbacks. It just goes, the list goes on and on and on, right? And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, many players didn't like to play with him, but he's a great character flaws. You understand what I'm saying? It just is what it is. You don't get to be, you have to have some sort of character flaws when you get to the level of Floyd Mayweather and Michael Jordan. They obsessed with their respective sport, and they have tunnel vision, and it's very hard for them to see anything other than what they're doing. So I can understand when people may look at Floyd Mayweather and say, well, he's a jealous guy. How about it's not jealousy? How about it's competitive nature, right? It's his natural competitive nature for nobody to be better than him or do better than him. It's his natural competitive nature that he just can't turn off in any stretch of life, right? It's said that, Michael Jordan wants to beat you at everything, right? If you watch the documentary, The Last Dance, right? And they saying that Michael Jordan is in the back of the airplane as they traveling, and Michael Jordan's on the back of the airplane, and he has wages of massive wages in the back of the airplane, right? And Bill Winston, Steve Kerr, I believe they said that Michael Jordan finished back there. They got massive wages, hundreds of thousands of dollars wages they're putting on back there. And he says that Michael Jordan walks to the front of the airplane, and they have a wage of $1, $5. Small. It's not their thing. And they said Michael Jordan said he won in. And so he says, now why would you want to be in on this when you dealing with massive wages back there? And Michael Jordan just said he want to be the best at it. He want to win. So he wants to beat them. So he jumped in their game for $5. It's just his competitive nature for nobody to be better than him, right? And I think that that's what gets missed when you're dealing with Floyd Mayweather. Is it good? No. Is it good for his relationships? No. Is it good for his friendships? No. Is it good for him as a promoter? No. No. But it was good for his career. It made him who he is. It made him arguably the GOAT. As he called himself, TBE, the best to ever do it. It made him that. Right? And you got to think, he wouldn't be the TBE or the GOAT, arguably the GOAT, if he wasn't who he was and had this character flaw. I'm not saying you have to accept him for who he is. I'm not saying Gervonta Tank Davis, 50 Cent have to accept him for who he is. But I think that sometimes we look at things from the wrong angle. And I think that just maybe it's his competitive nature to look at Gervonta Tank Davis, although he's retired, and say, you're not better than me. Let me give y'all an example. This competitive nature exists in your everyday life, in your normal people. Let me show you how. When a mother has a daughter, now we know the mother loves her daughter. 90% of them do. There's some rare cases that they don't. But 90% of mothers love their daughters. But you ever notice when a mother looks at a daughter as the daughter is aging, she looks at her with envy. She looks at her with competition from a competitive mindset. She says, I remember when I used to be like that. Now, she's not going to outright say, when I was your age, I look better than you. She's not going to say that. But you know she's thinking it when she said, because she analyzed her daughter as she growing to say, man, I remember my body used to be like that. Or she'll say, make sure you take care of your body. Make sure you get the best use out of it, because you're not going to be like that forever. Hinting at you eventually going to be where I'm at. Or hinting at saying, I remember when I used to be like that. You don't think that that parent, that mother is saying to herself, I look at, now she's not going to admit it out loud, but as a person, you don't think that she looked at her daughter and said, I used to look better than that? Of course she does. Or the fact that she's saying, I remember when I used to look like that. It's envy. It's competitive nature. A father with his son. Son now racking up all the women. You domesticated. You tied down to his mother. You got a dad bod, possibly. Maybe you're in the gym every day. Who knows? But I can guarantee you don't look like him at 21. And so the dad looks at him, man, you're getting all these women. You look like this. Your competitive nature is, I used to do that. I could do that. I can still do that. I can still get in the gym and look like that. What do people say? Look, I look better than you and I'm 40. It's competitive nature. So you don't think Floyd Mayweather, we supposed to expect Floyd Mayweather to turn that switch off and suddenly not be a competitor? And honestly say that in his heart of hearts that he wants Tank Davis to be better than him? Of course not. In his heart of hearts, do you think that Floyd Mayweather is going to look at Gervonta Tank Davis and say, I want him to break all my records? In his heart of heart? Of course not. But he has to say the right thing publicly because it's the right thing to say. But he's a competitor and he's only 46 years old. Why would you expect him to not look at Gervonta Tank Davis and say, when I was your age, I could do this, this, and this? It's expected. Why would we expect him to turn it off? Now, does it benefit, ultimately, Gervonta Tank Davis' career? Possibly not. But we can't blame Floyd Mayweather for being Floyd Mayweather. We can't blame a shark for being a shark and call it a shark attack when you jumped in the ocean. We can't call it a lion attack when you jumped in his cage or in his habitat. Gervonta Tank Davis is in Floyd Mayweather's habitat. He's territorial of himself. He is the TBE. He is the GOAT. So there's no way he can consciously turn that switch off. He can't. Or subconsciously turn the switch off. He can't. It's not natural. Everybody's in competition. It's healthy competition and it's unhealthy competition. But everybody's in competition. And when you're competing at the highest level like Floyd Mayweather, well, what do you expect him to do? Again, it's up to Gervonta Tank Davis at 27 years old, about to be 28 years old, to identify that and take control of his own career. So 50 Cent advises him to get far away because he has a jealous heart. I don't believe Floyd Mayweather has a jealous heart. I believe he has a competitive heart, period. So let's see how this unfolds. We know Gervonta Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather hit a rocky patch in a relationship. Hopefully it don't spill over to the business. And Gervonta Tank Davis looking to get back in the ring in December. So let's see how everything unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all in one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.